Things that make you go, Alright.
McDonald's is one of the true super brands of the world. Our trademarks are recognised everywhere, and our values are the same the world over. We've spent years developing our brand, giving us a distinctive identity in the marketplace. Our brand is one of our most valuable assets.
When people come into our restaurants, not just buying a hamburger, they're buying a total brand experience. A hamburger is a hamburger. A brand is who you are and what you stand for.
There are two dimensions of our service system. The procedural side helps us to deliver our products with the right consistency. The personal side is how we use our behaviour, attitudes and verbal skills when we interact with a customer. These make the experience friendly. We can't have one dimension without the other.
The McDonald's brand reflects people's values. It enables us to move beyond simple transactions into relationships with our customers. We don't want customers simply to come in and buy a hamburger. We want them to come in and enjoy a total fun experience at McDonald's, an experience to look forward to coming into and coming back again and again for. That's the essence of the McDonald's brand promise.
This is not our brand. It's a trademark. When we refer to the McDonald's brand, these are the images that should come to mind. It comes together in our brand promise. With a sense of fun and youthful spirit, we will proudly serve an exceptional McDonald's eating experience that makes people feel special and makes them smile. Every customer, every time. Everything about McDonald's reflects our youthful spirit. Kids feel welcome, families are at home, and grown-ups can feel like kids again. Think about all the really great fun times you've had with your family and friends. That's what we want people to experience when they visit McDonald's. If we do all this, plus deliver great tasting food in a clean, safe environment, we're well on the way to delivering an exceptional eating experience. And the smile is the proof that we've been successful. That's what a trip to a McDonald's restaurant is all about. Making connections with our customers. It's the essence of the McDonald's brand and the basis of what we call the McDonald's brand pyramid. The brand pyramid is a strategic tool, sort of like a roadmap. It shows us how the pieces fit together to build the brand positioning. Our people drivers are the foundation of the pyramid. They drive the business forward. Without these, we can't deliver our promise. So everyone throughout our restaurants is important to us. The icons give us our distinctive identity that's recognised around the world. They are important to us in building a picture of our brand to the public. McDonald's brand features are the business objectives that we must achieve to deliver the promise. It's these features that keep people coming back.
To make a brand really powerful, we need to activate the promise at store level. Advertising delivers the message, builds the emotional contact with our customers. But it's the experience they get when they come to the front counter that makes all the difference and keeps them coming back again and again.
When customers enter our restaurants, they enter our brand. Everything we say or do either enhances or detracts from the brand's promise. So every crew member is a brand custodian, and I guess I'm a brand manager for McDonald's. Our job is to bring the McDonald's promise to life for our customers. That means adding value to create a truly great customer experience and making customers feel like they're welcome guests, so they're glad they came to your restaurant.
Delivering the brand promise is also important because it forms the basis of our brand mission, which is to be our customers' favourite place and way to eat. One of the keys to success is to turn repeat customers into loyal customers. Brand loyalty is created by promising what we deliver and then delivering what we promise.
It's up to all of us to deliver that promise. After all, we are the faces of hospitality at McDonald's.
Delivering the brand promise is the surest way to develop customer loyalty. Delighted customers not only come back again and again, they also bring their friends. We want McDonald's to be a fun place for our customers and for our employees. That's the McDonald's experience.
This section of the video is to be used only by managers. It relates to the procedure of clamping and tagging circuit breakers in the switchboard and resetting RCDs. Under no circumstances are you to permit crew to access the switchboards and circuit breakers. Only managers are permitted to do this. If a crew member advises you that they cannot isolate equipment, first verify that the power supply cannot be unplugged or the isolation switch turned off. Once you have made this check, then ensure the equipment is turned off at the on-off switch. Then identify the correct circuit breaker. For example, confirm that the heat treat machine is the heat treat switch on the switchboard. Now turn the toggle off and attach a red or orange clamp to the circuit breaker. Red clamps use a tightening screw. With orange clamps, you need to squeeze the pins and insert them. Now attach a yellow "Caution Do Not Operate" tag to the clamp and write your name and the date on the tag. This shows that you are the only person to remove the tag. Before allowing anyone to clean, move or perform planned maintenance, check that the equipment you have just isolated has been correctly isolated by switching it on. If the piece of equipment still operates, recheck the circuit breaker to ensure that it is correctly isolated. Don't forget to turn the equipment back off at the on-off switch on the equipment before allowing work to begin. Remember that communication is the key to workplace safety. So tell the crew member that the equipment has been isolated at the switchboard and is ready for them to clean, move or perform planned maintenance. After the cleaning, moving or planned maintenance has been completed, remember only you, the manager, may remove the clamp and tag. Remove your name and date and replace the clamp and tag back in the isolation kit. Here are some examples of equipment that may have to be isolated at the switchboard before performing any task. Circuit breakers in your store have RCDs that are designed to protect against stray current that is trying to find earth. When an RCD trips, it usually indicates that there is a fault in the wiring, circuit breaker or equipment. You can tell if a circuit breaker has been tripped when the toggle is in the middle position. The procedure for dealing with this situation is to allow only one try-back or reset within a 24-hour period. So, to reset the circuit breaker, move the toggle to off. Check the legends card and the labels to determine which piece of equipment is connected to the circuit breaker that tripped. Turn the equipment off at its own on-off switch and the power point. If the equipment has to be moved to reach the power point, use the isolation switch. Once you have isolated the equipment by turning off the power, visually check for signs of fault or failure. This includes the lead, plug, both connection ends, and the power outlets. There may also be a burning smell. If there are signs of fault or failure, do not reset the circuit breaker. Use the red and white "Danger Do Not Operate" tag and contact a service technician. If there are no visible signs of fault or failure, reset the circuit breaker by turning the circuit breaker back to on. This procedure is to be followed only once within a 24-hour period. If the circuit breaker trips again when the power is not connected, it must not be reset. This may mean that there is an electrical fault in the switchboard. Immediately turn the toggle off and clamp it and attach a red and white "Danger Do Not Operate" tag to the circuit breaker and the piece of equipment. Write your name and the date on the tag and immediately contact the service technician.
Hi, two services?
All incidents involving circuit breakers tripping are significant and must be recorded in the manager's communication log and the hazard log. Equipment that is faulty or damaged may not result in the circuit breaker tripping. If you observe any piece of equipment that appears to be faulty, Identify the correct circuit breaker at the switchboard and turn it off. Do not touch any piece of faulty equipment until you have isolated the power. Turn the power off and pull out the lead at the power outlet. If the power outlet is not readily accessible, turn the isolation switch off. If you cannot isolate the equipment this way, clamp the circuit breaker. Put an orange or red clamp on the circuit breaker in the off position. Then attach a red and white "Do Not Operate" tag to the clamp. To ensure that other people in the store realize that the equipment is unsafe to use, attach a red and white "Danger Do Not Operate" tag to the piece of equipment in a prominent position. Make sure that the tag is attached so it cannot be removed and the equipment cannot be accidentally reconnected to a power supply. For instance, with portable equipment such as toasters, a good idea is to put the tag close to the plug. Write your name and date on the tag and contact a service technician and arrange for repairs. Remember to record this information in the manager's communication log and hazard log for all managers to see what you have done.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm glad you're here. I'll just show you where the problem is.
When the technician has completed the repairs, only they are authorized to remove the clamp and tags.
Thanks, Doc.
No problem.
Committee and I reviewed the hazard log this week.
That's fantastic. Things are looking great.
Okay, thanks.
Never take electrical safety lightly. It's a really important issue. Electricity must be respected at all times, and you have a very important role to play.
Just about that time, mate. She'll be out any minute.
Yeah, I reckon last week's look around just about to pay off.
Yeah, look at that. Right on time. Just like clockwork.
So much for security. Come on. Let's do it! Come on, inside now! Inside! Where's the manager?
Oh my God!
Don't anybody move! Don't anybody move! Don't push your luck, kid. Where's the boss?
Take it easy, I'm the manager. Please don't hurt anybody.
I want the money, all of it, make it quick!
Please don't hurt anybody, okay? I'll take you to the money.
Money now! Come on,
I'll take you to the money.
Come on, will ya? Time's money.
Come on! Smashing cash in there all day. Come on, boss. Stay there. Don't anybody move. And remember, we've got the girl. Yeah, come on.
Please don't.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Ensure the safety of your crew and customers. In the event of a robbery or a distressful situation, McDonald's has qualified trauma counselling available.
As soon as possible.
Call the owner or consultant and police as soon as possible. Keep all your employees at the restaurant until you're instructed to do otherwise. Ask those customers who witnessed the robbery to remain until the police arrive. If a witness insists on leaving, ask for their name, address and telephone number. Close off the crime area. Don't let anyone touch anything that may help in the investigation of the crime. Any item, no matter how small, may assist the police in catching the criminals. Ask staff and witnesses to write down everything they remember about the robbers and the robbery. Separate the witnesses to obtain independent statements. The sooner you get a detailed description, the more accurate it will be. Help the police as much as you can with their investigations. It is not acceptable for the public to know anything about the amounts of money our stores have on hand. Information will leak to the media if figures are given. By divulging figures, you are making all McDonald's stores vulnerable to security breaches. Inform the police that figures will be known in the next 24 hours. By then, the publicity of the robbery will have subsided. Your owner-operator or consultant may inform the police of the amount stolen at a later date. Access for all employees should be via the customer doors, an approved access door, or the counter cut. The back door should never be used to gain access to the restaurant. Only authorised personnel should enter via these doors. Rubbish may be removed via the back door in daylight hours only. The manager must be present when this door is opened and may not give the restaurant key to a crew person. Once the crew person exits, the door must be locked and that employee must re-enter through the customer entrance. The back door should never be used to gain access to the restaurant. If rear access is necessary, please confirm this with your consultant or head office and remember to check all identification. The removal of rubbish from the store creates its own problems, one of them being product loss. To prevent the concealment of product, boxes and other containers must be flattened prior to their removal to the dumpster.
Before I let you outline, I might just check the bag, okay?
Random checks should be made on trash removal to make sure no raw product is being taken out. Cash control policies reduce day-to-day cash losses and must be strictly enforced. The goal is to eliminate temptation. The manager must be alert to service crew who might try to build a bank or give away products. Cash plus may indicate that a bank is being built through reductions. Cash short may indicate that the crew person has removed money or made change incorrectly or fallen victim to a quick change artist. Managers should be aware of excessive volume of total reductions attributable to an individual cash handler. If constant T-red problems show up, there may be a problem with some cash procedures. Register losses may be identified and eliminated by the manager doing spot checks of the cash drawers. Spot checks are recommended at 2 per shift. Any cash plus or minus must be recorded and tracked for each individual crew member. Overring and refund slips must be seen to by the shift manager at the time of the transaction. The only acceptable overrings are those generated by the electronic point of sale, or POS. All overring slips must be signed by the manager and the crew person and must also include the reason for the overring. To reduce losses in an over-the-counter robbery, excess money should be skimmed from the cash drawers at least every 2 hours, with additional skims for drive-thrus and busy times of the day. The manager must verify the amount taken from the register in the presence of the crew person. The manager places the money in the office, fills in the skim record and the corresponding register number, then places the money in the safe and locks it. Each register should be skimmed and counted, one at a time. Ensure that you do not expose large denominations or volumes of money to customers. Here are some general guidelines used to control cash register security. Each cash register drawer should be cashed out after each cashier finishes his or her shift. Each service person must be provided with a fresh float at the commencement of their shift. List their name, drawer number, and list cash over or short. Drive-thrus need extra care and attention. Much of our business is generated in the drive-thrus, and therefore regular skimming and security checks are required to safeguard this vulnerable area. Windows should be closed in between transactions and locked if staff are absent for any period of time. At the end of trading, the manager must inspect all drive-through windows to ensure that they've been properly locked.
Hi Tom,
G'day.
just doing a spot check.
Okay.
Spot checks are periodic checks of selected registers. They should vary in time, frequency and drawer. At least 2 per shift. The manager should watch for cash plus or minus. A variation indicates poor cash control. Random register checks may help to determine high food costs or variance in statistics reports. Spot checks may also point to employees building banks. Your safe should be locked at all times. Day lock is considered unlocked. Access to the safe should be limited to restaurant management and certified swing shift managers who are at least 18 years old and who have been previously approved by the store manager. The safe's combination must be changed each time there is a personnel change involving someone who has had access to the safe. This should be done before the end of the day the personnel change occurs. The combination to the safe should be changed a minimum of once each quarter. Notification of change of the safe combination must be verbal and not in writing. Each date of change should be recorded in the management log. The entire management team is responsible for the safe's contents and the accuracy of the count, but on your shift, you are responsible. McDonald's recommends that you have cash pickup. This safely eliminates the need for McDonald's personnel to handle cash transactions. This further ensures security, safety and time savings. If your store does not have cash pickup, then all bank deposits should be made during daylight hours only. Only one deposit should be in the restaurant or taken to the bank at any one time. Make a minimum of 2 deposits each day. The previous night's takings, which were secured in your safe overnight, should be banked the next morning. Your day's taking should be taken to the bank at the end of the day shift and never after dark. No manager is allowed to travel to the bank alone. No crew person should accompany managers to the bank. Only rostered members of the management team are permitted to travel to the bank. Alternate the travel route and time to the bank on a daily basis. On the completion of banking, the depositor should immediately return to the restaurant. Make a minimum of 2 deposits per day. Never take money to the bank at night. Never leave the restaurant with a bank deposit bag in full view. Carry it in a briefcase or something nondescript like a carry bag. Do not use a McDonald's takeout bag. During high-volume sales periods, make additional bank deposits. To have more than 1 deposit or 1/2 of the day's receipts in the restaurant at a given time is not a good practice. Ensure you obtain a validated bank deposit slip the next business day. Cash pickup is now a policy which must be adopted wherever possible. Robberies are a real and ever-increasing threat to the security of your store and staff. Do not give a robber the opportunity to follow a timetable or routine. The majority of our customers come to McDonald's to enjoy a great experience. But sometimes the extraordinary can happen. You are not required to maintain law and order. Your job is to provide friendly and efficient service to our customers. Do not put yourself at risk. If a situation has the potential to get out of control, call the police immediately. In some cases, the media may arrive at your store. Call your consultant and/or owner-operator and contact the MAC hotline. Do not give any interviews. The staggered method of opening is to be adopted upon arrival to ensure the safety and security of all opening staff. The opening crew and manager should meet at a designated place away from the store. Assign one crew member as a lookout while the rest walk to the restaurant. Upon their arrival at the restaurant, the manager should immediately open the door and everyone enters. The manager then relocks the door. If anything suspicious takes place during this process, the lookout should immediately phone the police. Once inside, the light should be turned on and the manager can now signal the lookout to enter. Assign one crew person inside the restaurant to stand by the phone while the lookout enters. Once inside, the doors should be locked and no one should exit or enter until the designated opening hour. McDonald's strongly recommends security escorts at close. If an escort is not available, the staggered method of closing should be adopted to ensure the safety and security of all closing staff. After clean-up and when all crew and managers are ready to leave, all employees should proceed to the exit door. One remaining crew person should stay by the phone and the manager should check the external area before opening the door. If everything is normal, at least one employee, preferably one with a vehicle of their own, should exit and the door is immediately re-locked. Once outside, this employee should proceed to their vehicle, start the car, turn on the lights and proceed to the exit lane. The driver should watch the rest of the crew and manager proceed to their vehicles and drive off together. If any incident occurs, the person in the first car should drive off and contact the police. Crew and managers should not remain for more than 2 hours after close, and under no circumstances should anyone remain in the restaurant alone. The possibility of a bomb threat against your store is very real.
Hello, McDonald's, can I help you?
Each and every such call must be treated seriously. The most important matter is to stay calm and clear-headed.
Can you give me some more information?
You should have a pre-approved plan to respond to such an incident. If a suspicious object is found, do not touch it. Evacuate the restaurant and await the arrival of the police. Let them control the situation. Security is everyone's responsibility. As managers, you have a duty to make sure all the procedures and recommendations are followed. When we look at the incidents that have occurred in our restaurants over the last few years, most of them have involved a lapse in our security procedures. Following the guidelines outlined in this video and the O&T manuals will greatly reduce your store's risk of an incident and improve the safety and security of your staff and customers. Evaluate your store security. Make it top of mind. Work with your co-managers, owner-operators and consultants to make your store the best it can be. You play a large part in ensuring that your restaurant remains a fun, safe and secure environment.